on that particular day. Matt Schoen led the Pioneers with 18 points. Kendall Patterson had 16 on the day. It's an LMU team that comes in here, despite the things that we're talking about, a chink in the armor, some losses this season, still scoring 94 points, only allowing 75. Those both numbers are second in the league. They shoot the best in the league at 52.7%. They shoot the best from three-point territory. They are the top rebounding team. They are the top rebounding margin team. They are the number one block shot team, and they are the number one team against the opponent shooting from the floor. Field goal percentage defense for Lincoln Memorial. The Pioneers fall in the middle of the pack in just about every offensive statistic. They're near the bottom in defensive statistics. So today will be a very tough challenge, especially when you talk about guys like Dorian Pinson and Laquan Choice. When you have those two on your team, you're going to be pretty special.
I tell you what, they're tough competitors, tough covers. And, you know, I was kind of laughing with my staff about it. You look down.
Obviously, I should say Jarrell Simmons along with Jalen Steele are gone. It's Cornelius Taylor, and it had been Deshaun Patterson. He'll miss today's game due to injury. Also missing today's game is Emmanuel Terry for the Lincoln Memorial University Rail Splitters. He had been played through 11 games, and last played against Bellarmine. He'd been averaging 10.7 points a game and 8.9 rebounds per game. He's a member of the All-Southeast Region tournament team from a year ago, but he's out with a foot-ankle injury. Deshaun Patterson also out for at least another couple of games for Lincoln Memorial. They have fallen out of the coaches poll, but in the Casida poll, they are ranked 17th in the country. Again, they are stacked, they are loaded, and they have scores. Dorian Pinson might be one of the very best. Honorable mention last year in the league, a member of the all-freshman team. Laquan Choice is an all-region team, just about every publication, all-conference every single year. Also a member of the all-freshman team. He's a senior this year, and he's shooting 47% from the field, 48% from three. These guys aren't doing it necessarily the way they did it last year by just absolutely imposing their will on people, but they just wear you down. Scored 94 points a game. They don't allow you to score. They don't allow you to breathe. They smother you. And Chris Perry, the nice addition, the 6'8 senior out of Bartow, Florida, the University of South Florida transfer coming in this year, appeared in 27 games for the Bulls. He had 19 starts last year, and he averaged 10 points a game. He makes himself and makes his way from South Florida to Lincoln Memorial. Bit of a culture shock, you could say, but he is definitely shocking the South Atlantic Conference in his play this season. Leads the team at 17.1 points a game, shoots 68% from the field, and he's averaging 7.8 rebounds per contest as well. He's coming off his career best game, 28 points, 15 rebounds against Catawba. He's averaging 23.5 points in his last 4 games. That's Lincoln Memorial. Now, how does Tusculum end the 18-game losing skid they have to the Rail Splitters in the state's oldest rivalry in 173 games? I should say the Tusculum Pioneers' oldest rival. Well, you're going to have to score, and Kendall Patterson has definitely been doing that. 10th in the league in scoring, 2nd in assists. He's 2nd in the league in steals as well, and he's averaging nearly 3 steals a game in his last 5 contests. He comes in tonight for the Pioneers. He is number 1 on the team in scoring at 15.9 points a game. Good news tonight is that we have Ronnie Baylart. It looks as if he is available. He has not been right since Christmas. He was out for an injury in last game. He played about 3 minutes against Mars Hill and went out, did not play the game prior to that. So we hope to have Ronnie Baylart back and in good shape and good form here tonight. Had been leading this Pioneer basketball team through much of the season. His versatility will be a huge asset in tonight's basketball game against a very good Lincoln Memorial University rail splitter side. Well, that's who has to come to play. Can Chase Mounts defend Chris Perry? That will be question marks. Do we have a Zach Davis that's going to come out and be able to shut down Laquan Choice? That's another question mark. A lot of question marks, a lot of questions to be answered as we move along after we come back. Devin Carter will join Justin Jeffers when we return. Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Postgame report as Tusculum College falls at the hands of LMU. Tusculum, who led by 4 at halftime against an undefeated LMU team. And, Coach, in that first half, Tusculum only 4 turnovers, LMU with 15 turnovers in that first half. Yep. We knew that rebounding was going to be a problem coming into this basketball game because of the size that LMU had on the inside, and it was. But Tusculum was able to counteract their deficiencies on the glass with forcing some turnovers and turning those turnovers into points.
Yeah, I thought our girls did a great job in the first half of just staying in a stance and forcing, LMU to really grind it out. I thought we defended about as well as we could in the first half. Gave up second chance points, and that was the key stat of the ball game. But I thought our girls really locked in defensively. Our assistants did a great job scouting LMU and having our girls ready for this matchup. And, I just told our girls just a few minutes ago, they show what they're capable of, but there was a couple plays that I'm sure we wish we would have had back. The third quarter was pivotal for us. And, against the number 5 team in the country, you can't have those lapses like that.
I think in that first half you also did a good job. You switched up your defense more than I've seen you switch it up at any point this season. You've played a lot of 2-3 zone. You did that. You played some man-to-man. You played a 1-3-1 full-court trap. Changed up defenses, just trying to keep LMU on their toes.
Absolutely, and the 1-3-1 is something we've been working on and had it in our back pocket a little bit. But I thought we did a great job executing in that. I think the thing with that is we got to rebound better out of it. But once again in the first half, defensively we were in tune. Wanted to give them just a bunch of different looks. So that paid off for us in the first.
You talked about that third quarter being pivotal.
Yeah.
It was crucial, Coach.
Absolutely.
You lead by 4 at halftime,
yep.
and by the media timeout, you trail by 5.
Yep.
Quick spurt there. What was the difference coming out of the locker room?
Shay Coker. She came out the second half on fire. And, I think she was maybe in foul trouble in the first half, but didn't play a lot. But, the girl is shooting like 55% from 3. Tonight she goes 3 or 4, so that's even higher now. And that was the difference in the ball game. The shots she took were tough shots. It's not like it was bad defense. She made some really tough shots. But, that's a big-time player stepping up for them. And, she got going there. Pittman got going, hit a step-back 3, So, they started making shots. With that being said, as a coach, I look at this box score. The rebounding numbers obviously killed us, but we hold another opponent in the 30s in the field goal percentage-wise. And, I told our girls, man, we just got to stay at it. The number 5 team in the country, they're going to make runs, but we got to find a way to respond. And we did, but we didn't make enough stops down the stretch.
And I think that was the biggest key, and I even said that on the air. The two teams were just going back and forth.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, both teams caught fire. When LMU caught fire, your team caught fire as well.
Yeah.
LMU was never really able to extend that lead out to more than 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, you weren't making the defensive stops, and all of a sudden Tusculum went cold for that 4-minute stretch. And the next thing you know, LMU has extended that lead to 12 points. And at that point, they run such an up-tempo offense.
Yeah.
We were a little bit gassed and couldn't catch up from that point.
Yeah, I mean, we played a little bit more today than we normally do, but that 4-minute stretch where we couldn't make shots was really crucial for us. And the thing about it is we got great looks. We got some great looks. I think about some shots that I wish we could have back, but just wasn't able to knock them down. And when you're playing the number 5 team in the country, you got to make plays like that. And you kind of need everything to go your way because they do such a great job on the glass and stuff like that. So obviously we have a 24-hour rule. We'll learn. We'll go through the good, the bad, the ugly tomorrow before practice, and then we'll try to move on to Catawba.
Well, the good was that Tusculum bounces back from the poor shooting performance, and you shoot 49% from the floor, and that's up against 6'2", 6'3" post, physical perimeter players, athletic perimeter players that get in the passing lanes and disrupt what you're trying to do, and you still shoot 49%.
Well, you know what? My dad, he has a saying that he tells me all the time, just stay the course. And I told our girls, all you have to do is just stay the course. Games like, we had against Queens, we had the same looks tonight. We just knocked them down tonight. But the thing about it is I know all week we've had girls in the gym every single day. This morning I actually took a picture of it. We had 13 girls getting up extra work today before the game, and it's been that way for about, 2 weeks now. Where we've got everybody coming. Usually, you got your 5, 6, or 7 that are going to come, but everybody's starting to buy in, and I told them, you stay the course, good things are going to happen. Heck of a ball club we played tonight. They're the number 5 team in the country for a reason, but I think our girls show what they're capable of, and I told them I hope they see that. You're capable of a lot, but we just got to stay the course.
And I think you've showed that no matter where you are on this bench, you better stay ready.
Absolutely.
Because Kristen Atwell didn't get a lot of minutes early in the season. Played a pivotal role tonight. Jasmine Williams went 3 or 4 games with no playing time. Had crucial minutes tonight. These girls better stay ready because when you start going down that bench, you're liable to point at any of them, and you got quality minutes from all of them tonight.
Absolutely, and that's why we tell them you got to stay the course because you never know when your time is going to come. I tell them the story about Cal Ripken all the time, another baseball analogy. But the guy that was starting in front of him decided he was going to sit out one day, and he never got a spot back. And, every time you get on the floor, it's an opportunity. You can take your 4 minutes, turn it to 8, take your 8 minutes and turn it to 12. So we try to preach that for them to stay the course and be ready because you never know when your time's going to come.
Tony Romo thought he was the Cowboys starter before the season started as well. Coach Devin Carter, your team falls by the final score of 83-71, but a good performance against the 6th-ranked team in the country. Up next for the Pioneers is Catawba. This Saturday, Pioneer tip-off show starts at 1:45. Coming up next, the Pioneer men take on the defending national runner-up. Brian Staten will be on hand to bring you play-by-play action. For Jeff Moore, Devin Carter, I'm Justin Jeffers saying stay tuned for Pioneer men's basketball.
Back into Pioneer Arena, get set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between Tusculum and Lincoln Memorial. LMU comes in, really probably should be a top 25 team as they come in here tonight, but they fell out of the top 25 last week. They went 2-1. Their loss came to third-ranked Queens in overtime in Charlotte, 103-101. Then they come back and bounce back with 2 big wins against Anderson on the road and then home to Catawba. So they played 3 games in 6 days and somehow fall out of the top 25. So I'll say they are a top 25 team. They are ranked 17th in the D2 SIDA poll, which is not the official NABC poll, however you want to look at it. Not ranked, I think, for the first time this season. Started out preseason number 2 and held on to that before they fell early in the season to Alabama Huntsville. Today, let's take a look at your starting lineups for the Rail Splitters of Lincoln Memorial out of Harrogate, Tennessee. Cornelius Taylor, the redshirt freshman guard out of Claxton, Georgia. Trevon Shaw is a 6'2 redshirt junior guard out of St. Helena Island and the Brevard transfer. Dorian Pinson, a 6'5 junior from Greenville, South Carolina, legacy charter. Here, member of the honorable mention all-conference team a year ago, all-freshman team, does everything for this team, runs the point from his forward position. Laquan Choice is the redshirt senior, 5th-year senior guard out of Lawrence, South Carolina. He is Mr. All-Everything. He is the all-region performer, all-conference performer, a freshman conference player, all-Southeast region tournament team selection from a year ago, advancing all the way to the championship game. The guy that's making them different this year is Chris Perry. He's the 6'8 senior out of Bartow, Florida, University of South Florida transfer, 28-15 in his last game. He's been averaging 23.5 over his last 4 games. They're coached by Josh Schertz, assisted by Chris Cottrell and Omar Watad. For the Pioneers, they come in 7-8, 4-6 in the league. It'll be Kendall Patterson, the 5'11 senior guard. He has been lights out over the last about a month of the season at 15.9 points per contest. Zach Hartle, he gets his 6th start tonight, the 6'7 sophomore from King, North Carolina. Corey Fagan, Chase Mounts, Keaton Dotson round out the starting 5 for the Pioneers. The opening tip into the air, it'll be won by Lincoln Memorial. They move right to left on your radio. We welcome you into Pioneer Arena. Brian Staten courtside, game station engineer is Jeff Moore. Laquan Choice will take an opening jumper for 3, and that one's off the mark. It's no good, and the rebound comes down to the Pioneers. Corey Fagan with it into the front court. Pioneers wear the home whites as they move left to right on your radio dial. So Patterson will handle from the top, give it up to Chase Mounts on the elbow right side. Back to Patterson on the left wing, defended by Choice. Back out to Mounts. He'll fake the 3, drive in, kick it out to Patterson 3. That one's off the mark. It's no good, and the rebound corralled by Taylor of Lincoln Memorial. Rail Splitters take it into the front court. We're scoreless in the opening 45 seconds. Perry right down the lane, off the glass, puts it in, rattles it in. Chris Perry for the Rail Splitters. 2-0 LMU. Across the stripe, this will be Patterson for Tusculum. On the left side, into the hands of Zach Hartle. Hartle to Keaton Dotson. Dotson will hand it off to Patterson. This will be Fagan, gets a touch on the half-court offensive set. Tries to throw it in and does successfully to Mounts. Mounts backing his way in on Perry. A long hook shot from Mounts that time. It's no good. Mounts, I think, second-guessed himself. Good shooter on the year, 54%. Inside-outside game, it'll be a Taylor 3 effort. It's no good, and Zach Hartle gets the rebound away from Pinson. Pioneers have it into the front court. 2-0 LMU. A minute and a half gone in the opening half. Patterson on the right wing. Working against Shaw. Here's Mounts. Extra pass to Fagan on the left wing. Taylor closes him down in a hurry. Boy, do they know who the shooters are. This will be a 3 by Corey Fagan. It's good. 32 consecutive games for a made 3 by Corey Fagan. Longest streak in school history. The Pioneers lead 3-2. Dorian Pinson into the hands of Shaw. Right side is Taylor. Taylor on the right wing. Got his head on a swivel looking for Shaw. Finds him behind the three-point line. He'll drive, then he'll kick it back to Taylor right down the lane. This one off the mark. Tried to finish with the left hand. Dotson clears the rebound for the Pioneers. Into the front court will be Fagan. Fagan on the left wing. Dribbles between 2 defenders and now back out top, and the Pioneers will reset the half court. From the top, Chase Bounce gets a touch, brings Perry to the top as well. Hartle, one bounce back over to Fagan on the left wing. Now baseline is Patterson. He'll try a 3. This one's short, and Patterson off to a slow start. I say that. His first 2 shots really haven't been close. 3-2 Tusculum. Pinson driving right down the lane, high off the glass, no good. Perry's there to clean it up and put it in. I think that's kind of what Pinson was hoping for. Perry with an offensive rebound putback. It's successful, and it's 4-3 LMU. Patterson on the left wing, picked up by Choice. LMU not going to put a lot of pressure on the ball handle. Their stats don't come up with. They don't say that they come up with a lot of steals. Fagan will go baseline, working against Pinson. Tried with the left-handed scoop shot. It's good. Corey Fagan scores. 2 buckets here in the early going for Fagan. He has all 5 of the Pioneers' points. It's 5-4 Tusculum. On the right side, front court, Shaw. To the top is Pinson. Pinson gives it up to Choice. Choice, right side, Shaw. He'll try a 3. This one is off the mark. It's no good. The rebound, though, Chris Perry for LMU. Choice fakes the 3. Extra pass to Taylor. Drives right down the baseline. Puts it up off the glass for 2. Fakes the shot, draws the defense, and then penetrates with the quick first step. 6-5 LMU. Patterson across the stripe in the front court for the Pioneers. Handling between the rings. Patterson, left side to Hartle. Picks up the dribble, skips it to Dotson. Dotson over to Patterson on the right wing. Patterson to Fagan at the top. 5 seconds to shoot for the Pioneers. Fagan wants a screen, gets it, takes a long 3 off balance with the screen. Off the dribble, no good. Rebound by LMU. 6-5 Rail Splitters. Choice in the front court. Pinson on the right side. He'll get around Dotson, put it up and in. Dorian Pinson with the bucket. LMU leads 8-5. We played 4:15 of this first half. Patterson, defended by Choice, stays right in front of him. Patterson very quick, but Choice did not give ground. At the top is Zach Hartle. Hartle had a look for a 3, but it would have been early in the shot clock. Probably would not have been wise. Here they'll go to Mounts on the baseline. Perry defends Mounts, trying to back his way in. Easier said than done. Dotson open for a 3. That one is off the mark, no. Rebound by Perry of LMU. Rail Splitters lead by 3. Trevon Shaw in the front court on the left wing. To the top, into the hands of Taylor. Right side, this will be Choice. And that dribble drive, it's killing the Pioneers. And a whistle to stop play with the foul going against Tusculum's Keaton Dotson. And that'll take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take it back in a minute. 15-12 to play in the opening half. It's LMU 8, Tusculum 5. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Home.
Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
LMU's Chris Perry on the inbound goes right at Mounts, puts it up and in. But it's going to be a tough game for Mounts. Largest lead of the game, it's 10-5 Rail Splitters against the Pioneers. Corey Fagan has all 5 of Tusculum's points, a 3 and a 2. Ronnie Baylark and Zach Davis are both on the floor. That's good news to see Ronnie Baylark out there for the Pioneers. 10-5 our score. LMU leads, and they are off to a 5 of 10 start, 50%. Pioneers, meanwhile, just 2 for 7. It's one and done. LMU out rebounding Tusculum 7-3. That should not be a surprise. They hold a near plus 10 in the rebound margin this season. Zach Davis at the top. Left side, this will be Baylark. Gets free for a high arcing 16-footer that's no good. The rebound at Laquan Choice had it. Did he secure it? It's out of bounds off of Patterson, and LMU will have it. 2 for 8 from the floor. Baylark took the shot over Chris Perry, and it was a high arcing shot. And even Baylark's kind of giving a wry smile after that one. I mean, it's like shooting over a skyscraper. You know, how many times are you going to hit a good shot when you shoot over a skyscraper? unless you see it on YouTube, those trick shots. Those guys are really good. They're crazy good. Baylark's not quite there, I guess. LMU's Taylor in the front court. Laquan Choice will back it out behind the three-point line. Baylark defends him. Choice will drive in, miss the shot, but there to clean it up is Pinson and put it in. Boy, they just make you work so hard. They're not a dribble drive team, but, man, they just outweigh you and can get into the lane. And that's what Mike Jones was talking about in our pregame chat during halftime of the women's game. He said they've got 4 guys over 200 pounds. Well, you just heard 2 of them, Choice and Pinson. Baylark has the ball knocked away. Cornelius Taylor with the basketball. He'll drive it. He'll shoot it. He'll miss it. Shaw will put it up, and he'll miss. And then the rebound secured by Zach Davis. 12-5, LMU leads Tusculum. Pioneer basketball on the drive. This will be Patterson. He tried to get around Pinson. He could not successfully. And so Pinson will pick up the foul. It'll be his first, team's first. Last foul on Tusculum went on Dotson, by the way, as we went to break. It was also the team's first. At the free throw line will go Kendall Patterson for Tusculum. 2 seasons at Barton College, 352 points there, 862 career points for Kendall Patterson as he knocks in his first of the basketball game here. Brandon Danso will be the first post off the bench, or the first 4 or 5 for the Pioneers. Second free throw by Patterson is also good. 13.5 to play in the opening half. It's 12-7 LMU. LMU 43% from the floor, 6 of 14. Chris Perry, some contact, little runner in the lane, is off the mark. It's no good. The rebound taken by Tusculum. Perry's got to wonder, why is the floor not spaced better? He comes from Division I South Florida, where there is usually room. Patterson on the right wing, doing his work against Woodson. It's good ball handling, showing him off. But he can't go anywhere as Woodson stays right in front of him. 8 to shoot. Patterson, a real deep 3. Back of the rim is no good. Danso tips it, and Zach Davis battling for it, commits a foul. Zach Davis will pick up his first, team's second. Hunter Spall, the redshirt senior, or I should say the fifth-year senior for LMU on the floor. Sharpshooter right out of Granger High School from Bean Station, Tennessee. 12-7 LMU, 12:45 to play in the first half. Danso has given up at least 100 pounds on Chris Perry. We're going to get a traveling violation on Laquan Choice. So it is the second turnover of the game. Each team has 1. Patterson takes it across the stripe for the Pioneers. Tusculum really yet to get going offensively. They're 2 of 9 from the floor. 1 for 6 from 3, shooting 22% to start. It's a good shooting basketball team, Tusculum. Zach Davis right down the lane. He misses, but he'll draw the foul inside on Chris Perry. Perry will pick up number 1 and team foul number 2 on LMU. So Zach Davis will go to the free throw line. Had been lights out, over 80% from the free throw line over the last month and a half, but has labored mightily, missing there again. I don't have what he has done over the last 2 weeks, but it's got to be around a 50% or less. But his 2 free throws did send the game into overtime, allow Tusculum to win against Mars Hill. He makes the second. 12-8 LMU. I mean, they're shooting 40%. They're not off to a great start. The league's best shooting team. Woodson in the paint, stops, sets, shoots, rims twice, and falls. Woodson with the bucket, coming off a big game as well. Paul Woodson, a career-high 18 coming at Anderson last week. Zach Davis with it for the Pioneers. He'll travel. That takes us to a timeout. We'll take it as well. 11:57 to play in this first half. It's LMU 14. It's Tusculum 8. Pioneer basketball continues after this from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
LMU leads 14-8. All 14 of their points have been scored in the paint. They outscored Tusculum 14-2 points in the paint. They are not necessarily the perimeter team that they were last year. They do have that ability with this guy here, Hunter Spall, who drains a three. Largest lead right out of the timeout for LMU as Spall hits the three to make it 17-8 LMU. 18 consecutive wins. Tonight's the 173rd meeting between these two schools, but since joining the South Atlantic Conference, LMU has not lost to the Pioneers. As it sounds. They just don't lose to them. 10 to shoot. Caleb Hodnett never afraid to shoot. 5 misses from 3 on the left wing. It's just not falling for the Pioneers. They're 20% for the game, 2 for 10 from the field. They are 1 for 7 from 3. Pinson on the drive in the paint. Runner is no good, but he'll draw the foul once again. Right now, LMU's game is just get it and a go to the rim. They are stronger, they are bigger, they are more physical than the Pioneers. And Zach Davis has picked up his second foul, the team's third, and Dorian Pinson will go to the free throw line for the Rail Splitters. Pinson started all but one of his 37 appearances last year, named All-Conference Honorable Mention, 10.2 points. Shot 58% from the field, 62% from the charity stripe as he knocks in that one. He led the Rail Splitters in rebounds, assists per game, steals per game. He had 3 20-point games last year, including a career-high 29-point, 10-rebound game against Lenore-Ryan. He doesn't have to be the scorer. Last year he didn't need to be the scorer. He was the glue. He was the guy that made them work. Choice, Steele, and Simmons. And then you had some big guys inside, Emmanuel Terry being one of them. They could handle anything in the paint. Tusculum trails by 11. It's 19-8. Into the game has come Vincent Brown for the Pioneers. Tusculum very perimeter. Ronnie Baylark in the lane, tried to give it up and turned it over. Vincent Brown nearly stole it back, but the foul will go on Baylark, who tried to get it back. It would be his first, team foul number 4 on the Pioneers. Rough start for Baylark. He has not really been on the floor much second half of this season, post-Christmas. Something's got to get the Pioneers going. That's their third turnover. They're just 2 for 10 from the field. It's so odd. This is a good shooting team. 5th in the league in shooting at 46%. I rounded up. And they're 5th in the league in scoring at 85 points a game. Spall on the right wing, and he'll travel. Tried to make a move to the bucket, and the 5th-year senior gives it up. Second turnover for LMU. Corey Fagan is in. Trey Blevins is in for the Pioneers. Mike Jones just trying to dial up some kind of recipe of scoring. Pioneers who did not get all the substitutes off. Fagan comes in for Hodnett. Now we're set. Trey Blevins on the floor with Vincent Brown, Corey Fagan, Chase Mounts, Ronnie Baylark. 10:15 on the clock, first half. Pioneers stuck on 8 points. Looking back door for Fagan, knocked away by the Rail Splitters. Good look by Brown, trying to get something going there. That would have been a really nice play. Rail Splitters lead by 11. Tusculum's just against the top defense. As far as, well, we just saw that against Queens and did pretty good. Scored 79 points in an 83-79 loss. Baylark's going to draw a foul as Paul Woodson was defending on Baylark. Woodson picks up his first, team's third. Rail Splitters allow just 75.6 points a game. That's second in the league. Queens only better. They shoot 53% first. They only allow teams to shoot 39%, which is first. Field goal percentage defense. Baylark on the right side. Fade away, high arcing baseline jumper is no good. It's one and done, and that's it. Pioneers getting killed on the glass. It is a 12-5 edge. Choice losing it, getting it back, kicking it out to Spall for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Baylark of Tusculum. Into the front court, Baylark on the right wing for the Pioneers. He'll hand it off to Fagan, give it back to Baylark. He'll fake a 3, drive in for a closer look, kick it out to Brown. He'll drive in. Now back out. Boy, LMU does such a good job. You think you're open, then all of a sudden they're right on top of you again. Blevins for 3. This one back rim, no. And the rebound tipped out by LMU. Josh Schertz, not sure of that call. And now they're going to reverse it. Josh Schertz won that battle. The official on the baseline called it Tusculum ball. The official in front of Josh Schertz near the wing called it LMU ball. So we changed our mind. Choice for three, good. He's 48% from three-point territory, and he was left wide open. It's 22-8, and the Rail Splitters blowing away Tusculum here early. Tusculum can't buy a bucket. They're 2 for 12 from the field. They're shooting 17%. They're not getting good shots either. Chris Perry has taken Mounts completely out of this game. Vincent Brown with it on the right wing. 5 to shoot. Mounts, a long-range jumper is good. That's long range for him. It's about a 15-foot hook shot, and it falls. It ends a long drought for the Pioneers as well. Shaw on the baseline will drive in and put it up off the glass. Score it again. 24-10, LMU. 8:15 to play in the first half. Mounts, and he'll be harassed by Chris Perry. That's good news because that's Perry's second. That's team foul number 4. It's a non-shooting foul. Nixon Blank will check in, the 6'6 sophomore out of Port Charlotte, Florida. They do not have Emmanuel Terry. He was injured in the Bellarmine win. And he's still in a boot. They say he's probably 2 to 3 weeks away still from getting on the floor. So they're a little thin in the paint. But here's a steal by Dorian Pinson. Pinson then had it knocked away. It's picked up by Blank. He'll have it in the front court to Taylor. Taylor's out there with Shaw, Choice, Pinson, and Blank. And before the shot, Vincent Brown comes over to commit the foul. We looked very discombobulated defensively, and it showed. And we will go to a timeout on the floor as well. Timeout back to Pioneer Arena right after this. 7:54 to play here in the first half. It's all LMU. Rail Splitters 24, Pioneers 10. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
This is Tusculum College Sports on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Pioneer basketball with the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
Rail Splitters with the lead and the ball. They lead at 24-10. It's a Pioneer team second in the league in three-point percentage, third in the league in three-pointers made per game at 10. Pinson walks, takes it into the lane, and the rebound, Blank had it. And he threw it off of a Pioneer player, but it will be off Blank of LMU. And that's fortunate for the Pioneers to have the ball. But right now, Tusculum is just 1 of 8 from 3. 3 of 13 from the field, 23%. Good news is we're coming off a made field goal. Blank will foul Mounts. And really for one of the first times, somebody there to equal what Chase Mounts brings in the paint, this LMU Rail Splitter team. Blank with his first, team foul number 5. Patterson on the inbound for the Pioneers. He'll trigger baseline to Fagan, back to Patterson. Patterson yet to get going. He's 0 for 3 from the field, all from three-point territory as well. Mounts trying to work inside with Blank. His hook shot is good. This one hit from 10 feet. 24-12, LMU. Across the stripe, Dorian Pinson. Left side, Cornelius Taylor. To the top is Shaw. Back door is Blank. Blank spinning on Mounts. Nowhere to go. Baseline pass to Taylor for three is good. Cornelius Taylor, 35% from three, knocks it down. It's 27-12, and it's the largest lead of the game for LMU for either side. Fagan, Dotson on the baseline. Back out to Patterson. He'll fake a three. Once again, he looked open, but all of a sudden there was somebody right in front of his face. Patterson to Fagan with 10 to shoot. Here's Mounts on the baseline again. Mounts backing in. He's in the paint. That's a little bit more comfortable for him. That's a good shot. Chase Mounts finishes. It's 27-14, and Mounts has hit his last three shots. He has 6 points to lead the way for the Pioneers. Dorian Pinson in the front court. Picks up the dribble. Now we'll hand it off to Laquan Choice. Choice bouncing it right side. This is Shaw. Shaw pulls up from 19 feet. That one's no good. And then Choice will commit a foul. Laquan will pick up number 1 and team foul number 6. 6:03 to play. First half. I think Chase Mounts wanted to come out. You're not coming. You've hit 3 straight shots. You're not coming out. You don't even think about that. You tell that guy to go suck it up. Inside the front court, this is going to be Patterson. Patterson on the left wing, right down the lane. He misses a layup, but a late whistle for a foul. It's the right call. Probably wouldn't have called it if he had made the shot. Blank picks up his second. Team foul number 7 on the Rail Splitters. Patterson at the stripe. And alive. Patterson's 0 for 3 from the field, and now he misses the free throw. Even Mike Jones looks back and says, what, he missed? He makes the second, though. It's 27-15, Rail Splitters lead. Across the midcourt stripe, this will be Taylor. Choice. Taylor on the right side. On the right wing, Trevon Shaw in the paint, down the lane, little floater's good. Somehow, this non-dribble drive team is dribble driving us like Swiss cheese. Hot knife through butter. And a whistle inside, and Fagan's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a 1-1. And that'll go on Cornelius Taylor. It'll be his first. It's 8 against LMU. Zach Hartle's going to come in for Baylark. Other scores in the league. Wingate is leading Queens. They're in the first, 27-24. We're seeing this developing. Queens, you know, they didn't play great here on Saturday against Tusculum, but they survived. They're at home tonight against Wingate, who is playing good basketball right now. They're early in the first. Mars Hill and Brevard tied at 7. Coker leads LR by 13 in the first. Catawba leads Newberry 33-31, and it's Carson Newman and Anderson tied at 22. Both free throws by Fagan. It's 29-17. Baby steps, that's what we need here. But we need stops. Choice for 3. Yeah, that's good. 32-17. LMU. Zach Hartle, one dribble shot, no good, and a rebound foul on Taylor, boxing out on Patterson. It was more like an arm bar, forearm right. Yeah, that's right. It was a forearm to Patterson. He shoved him into the band. Patterson nearly got an up-close and personal view on how to play clarinet. Thankfully, he did not, because nobody wants to see that. Or nobody wants to hear that. Maybe we do. Maybe that would be an improvement. I don't know. Patterson at the free throw line. It's good. He'll have the bonus. This Pioneer basketball team getting off to a very slow start. They had started the game through 2 of 9. We actually had fallen down to 2 of 12, pardon me. At 17%, I rounded up to make us sound better, but that's atrocious. LMU they give you just one shot, then you're done, and it's usually not a good shot. You've really got to work offensively, and the Pioneers did not come to start this first half to work in their half-court offense. Spall, fadeaway 3 is good. Hunter Spall knocks down to 3. And it's 35-19, LMU, attaining the largest lead of this first half. Patterson to try to answer for three, and that's no good. That's early in the shot clock. Rebounded by the Rail Splitters, naturally. Shaw takes off in the paint. Little teardrop floater is good. Mike Jones says, I need a timeout. So that will take us to a break as well. We'll return to Pioneer Arena in 1 minute. 4:21 to play here in this opening half of action. It's LMU 37. It's Tusculum 19. Pioneer basketball continues after this from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
Tusculum trails in the game 37-19, getting outscored in the paint 20-4 against the Rail Splitters here very early. Mounts trying to do something about that. Man alive, that's good defense. That's just good defense. That's just better than you are. And then a kick ball by Patterson. LMU will inbound it. Patterson out there with Zach Cardle, Zach Davis, Chase Mounts, and Corey Fagan. 4:01, now let's say 4 minutes to play in the first half. Inside the paint, Paul Woodson will be fouled by Chase Mounts. Just couldn't get to the spot quick enough by the very quick and agile Paul Woodson, the 6'9", fifth-year senior. Mounts picking up his first. Team foul number 6 is a non-shooting foul. Choice to inbound baseline front court to Pinson. And a traveling violation on Choice. Spa is out there with Woodson and Shaw. Spa and Shaw, no relation. Maybe you knew that because it's spelled differently. But sometimes I may not pronounce it correctly. Zach Cardle will go baseline and draw a foul. He'll be at the free throw line as well. This foul will go against Hunter Spa. His first, team's 9th. Zach Cardle will go to the stripe. He's averaging just over 9 points in his last 5 games, 10 of 24 from three-point territory, 42% in his last 9. He'll knock home the first free throw. Kid is lights out at the free throw line as well. He's missed 1 all year. He still missed just 1 all year. He's 21 of 22. It's 37-21. And we've got a whistle for a reset. Yeah, shot clock didn't reset. That's okay. We got somebody new down there running it. Randy Loggins. What in the world? LMU with it into the front court. Bounce pass to Shaw. Goes to Spa as he saves it off of Shaw's knee. Shaw will elevate from 18 feet. No good. Zach Cardle clears the board. Rare miss for LMU lately. They're now 15 of 27. Make that 15 of 28 from the field. 53%. Ball knocked away from Mounts. Goes right to Patterson. That's a blocking foul. Patterson will earn a trip to the stripe. That is not a familiar call for the Abe Lincoln fans. Let's see who it was on. They called that on Spa. Hunter Spa picks up his second, and Patterson will go to the free throw line. I think on Saturday it was Abe night at the Tex Turner Arena in Harrogate. People dress up like Abraham Lincoln, I guess. I wish I could have been there for that. There's a guy there's an LMU fan who looks exactly like Abraham Lincoln too. Shows up, he's got this, well, it's not the black beard, it's a completely white beard too. He is a tremendously nice guy. Patterson hit them both. LMU just making Tusculum chase him around the perimeter, and that'll be Laquan Choice for a three. Choice makes it 40-23, LMU. Again, they don't do anything real flashy. They're just better than you are. And if you don't stop it, they're going to keep doing it. Mounts on the baseline. It's no good, and the rebound is out of bounds off LMU. With 2:38 to play until the half. Well, what a good game we had in that first game. Devin Carter's troops played hard. Season high in scoring in that game. But they come up short, and LMU, fifth in the country, remains unbeaten. Fagan right down the lane, driving and scoring. Corey Fagan right to the rim, put it in. 40-25, Rail Splitters. Now, this Pioneer basketball team has been a second-half team until Saturday, so we'll see what happens. We're going to have to figure out how to stop that kid right there. Spa hits another wide-open three-pointer. We're all over the map right now. Spa has a career-high 22 against Queens this year, and that came on Monday in the overtime loss in Charlotte. It's 43-25, and LMU has hit 7 from downtown in this first half. Davis will drive and somehow get a very tough runner to go. 43-27. You need to score, but you also need stops. Pinson, they just spread you out. Spa, another three. He's left wide open and hits another one. We're going to make Spa an All-American. That's 4 of 5 from downtown. He has 12 points. Hunter Spa, who's averaging 4.2 points a game, 37% from three right now, is lighting it up. Meanwhile, the only thing keeping Tusculum in the game right now is their propensity to get to the free throw line. This foul will go on Laquan Choice. That'll be his second. Choice, who comes in tonight, second on this team in scoring, among the league leaders in minutes played per game at 34.6 minutes per game. I mean, Josh Schertz rides his horse. There's no question. He goes with Choice a lot. Patterson, who has all of his points at the free throw line, 8 of them, is 8 of 9 at the free throw line. Tusculum still shooting at just 35% for the game. The Rail Splitters up to 58%. They opened at 42%. But they have opened it up. Patterson missing on his second. It's 46-28. Spall gives it up to Choice. Baseline three is no good. Everything had been falling from back there. However, it was the wrong guy that took the shot. Patterson will give it up to Danso, who had his shot blocked out of bounds. Pinson, who was beaten, somehow recovered, and just the quickness, the agility of the LMU Rail Splitters, something Tusculum does not have. And Pinson, who didn't even have his head or eyes on the ball, still able to block that shot, just because of basketball IQ and awareness. Fagan for three is no good. Long rebound is tipped out. It's kicked into the front court to Shaw, who puts it in. I mean, even when the Pioneers get the ball, it was kicked forward. And usually you stop play because of a kick ball. But it went right to Shaw, who was streaking to the other end of the floor. Those are the breaks. It's a 20-point LMU lead, largest of the game. 35 seconds to the half. Zach Davis on the left wing. In the lane. Got away with the walk. Did shoot it. Did miss it. Rebounded by Dorian Pinson. Pinson forces tempo. Extra pass to the red-hot Spa, missing for three. He had hit 4 in a row. Comes up with the steal, though. Goes up for 2 and scores. Hunter Spa with 14. It's a 22-point Rail Splitter lead. Patterson, 3, no good. We're going to say it hit the support. And LMU is going to burn their timeout or they lose it. This Pioneer team right now is laboring mightily here in this first half against a good team, a bad team to labor against. No question about that. You talk about the 28 points that they will score going into locker rooms. Maybe a miracle will happen. I'm not sure. They scored 29 against King. That had been their low. They followed that up with 29 against Lenore Ryan. In back-to-back games, they put up just 29 points in the first half. And that had been their low. The only 2 games this year they had been held under 30. 3 times this year they have scored at least 50 or more in the first half. LMU a chance to go over 50, but with 1.4 on the clock. Woodson, the choice will have a good look at it. No good, but it was a great look. We go to a break, and it's halftime. Coming up at the half, a look at this week in Tusculum athletics, plus your first half stats and scores around the league. At the break, it's all rail splitters. LMU 50, Tusculum 28. Pioneer basketball and your Pioneer halftime report is next on the Pioneer Sports Network. Jeff, you will have to put the correct date on this week in Tusculum athletics. I forgot to do it, but it should be good enough. And we welcome you back into the halftime report at Tusculum, where it's all rail splitters leading the Pioneers 50-28. Tusculum got up to an extremely slow start, opened the game shooting at just 2 for their first 12, 17%. And the rail splitters were 9 of 19 at that point. Neither team, by their standards, shooting very well. But the rail splitters warmed up like Hunter Spall and Laquan Choice. Spall, who leads everybody in scoring, hit 4 3-pointers, all 4 of them in a row. And the rail splitters opened up a 48-28 lead at that point. That was the largest. They currently sit on the largest lead at the half of 22. Tusculum just never really got going from the perimeter, never got going from inside. This is a shocking details. LMU plays great defense, we know that, but it was one and done for a long time. They really didn't get second chances. Finally, Tusculum went to the free throw line. The numbers are staggering there, but that's the only thing keeping Tusculum in the game at this particular time. Pioneers trail LMU 50-28 at the half, and LMU is shooting 20 for 35, 57%. They hit 8 3-pointers, 7 more than the Pioneers in that first half for 57%, and they went just 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Tusculum shot 7 for 23 in the first half. Patterson is 0 for 5. Tusculum went 1 for 11 from 3. Patterson 0 for 5, 9%, but they went 13 of 16. Patterson 8 for 10. 81%. LMU out-rebounds Tusculum 18-13 in the first half. LMU had 10 assists, 3 turnovers, 0 blocks, and 5 steals. Tusculum had 1 assist, 6 turnovers, 0 blocks, 0 steals. Kendall Patterson's had an assist every game of his Pioneer career, has 0 across the board in his 17 minutes in the first half, which is staggering as well because he's averaging nearly 3 steals per game over the last 5 games. Individually for LMU, 14 from Hunter Spall, 5 of 7 from the floor, 6 points for Chris Perry, 6 points, 6 assists for Dorian Pinson, 5 points for Cornelius Taylor, 8 points for Trevon Shaw, 9 points, 4 boards for Laquan Choice, and 2 points for Paul Woodson off the bench. For the Pioneers, they get 9 points out of Corey Fagan in the first half. Just 2 points, 4 boards out of Zach Hartle. 6 points out of Chase Mounts, all of them in a row. 8 points from Kendall Patterson, all from the free throw line. And then 3 points for Zach Davis off the bench for the Pioneer total of 28. LMU outscores Tusculum 24-8 points in the paint in that first half. They've led by 22, which is where we are right now at halftime. We'll check scores around the league when we come back in a minute. It's LMU 50 and Tusculum 28. Pioneer basketball continues after this from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneers Sports Network. Time where LMU leads Tusculum 50-28 here at the break. Elsewhere in the league, it's the third-ranked Queens Royals. They lead Wingate at halftime 33-31. Another tight game for Queens. They trailed here on Saturday. Mars Hill blowing out Brevard. They're into the second half already, 51-33 from Mars Hill, North Carolina. It's Coker leading Lenore-Rhyne 43-30. Carson Newman leads Anderson at halftime, 45-36 in Jefferson City. Our opponent on Saturday trails Newberry at Newberry, South Carolina, 50-42. Newberry leads Catawba. Game 1 of our doubleheader went to the LMU Lady Rail Splitters. They knock off Tusculum 83-71. Second half action when we return. Thanks for listening to the Pioneer Halftime Report. At the break, LMU 50, Tusculum 28. Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Don't take chances with one of the biggest investments
1
of
minute.
your life. For years,
Tip-off
Realty
billboard.
Executives East Tennessee Realtors of Greenville has been offering 5-star service to its clients. Our agents listen to your needs, work tirelessly for you, and always keep your best interests at heart. Simply call 639.
Dorian Pinson comes in at averaging 4.3 assists per game to lead the team. 52-30, LMU. Patterson to Fagan on the left wing. Fagan watched by Taylor. Patterson to set a screen. Mount sets a screen. Fagan takes the three. Back of the rim is no good. Rebound of Chris Perry. It is not falling from the perimeter for the Pioneers in this game. Whistle to stop play. Foul goes on Patterson, will be his first. Tusculum committed just 6 fouls in that first half. LMU will throw it in. Baseline front court. Taylor working around Dotson into the paint, outside to Choice. Choice in the paint. Runner is no good. Fagan secures the rebound. But again, just another penetrating move. Patterson for his first field goal is good. Kendall Patterson makes it 52-32 LMU. LMU, each of the last 2 games they have played Tusculum, has scored over 100 points, 103 and 101. Perry and 1. So Patterson's going to be whistled for his second, trying to defend on the big 6'8" big man for LMU. Perry, 71% at the free throw line. Good shooting touch for a big guy. And it's 55-32. LMU leads. Have their largest lead of the game. Fagan at the top on the right side will drive. Around Pinson, put it up and in. Corey Fagan's doing a good job on the dribble drive himself. And Fagan into double figures for the Pioneers. He has 11. Patterson has 10 for Tusculum. Choice on the right wing. Pinson, the pass was intended for him, and Choice took it over and back. Nobody gathered possession of it, and Choice touched it in the backcourt. He was looking to wrap it around to Pinson, but he had vacated the spot, was cutting down the lane. Pioneer basketball. Fagan mounts in the paint. Little step under, hook shot is good after it rims. 55-36 LMU. Rare turnover, the 4th by LMU, results into 2 points for the Pioneers. In the paint will be Perry working against Mounts, and he may have traveled, he did. Mounts may have taken a shot to the rib cage as well. Yeah, he's trying to work that out. Patterson in the front court on the left wing on the dribble, yet to record an assist for the game, which is news, being that he is one of the league leaders. Corey Fagan's game right now is take it right to the rim, and he puts it in. Corey Fagan having a nice one. 13 for Fagan. Mounts has 10. Patterson has 10. Right side front court. Choice to Perry on the left elbow. Perry working, shoveling it off to Pinson. Extra pass to Taylor on the baseline. Taylor on the dribble. Here's Pinson. He'll take a rare 3. Miss. Mounts cannot hang on to the rebound. And that will take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take the break and return after this. 15:37 to play. It's LMU 55 and Tusculum 38. Pioneer basketball continues after this from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
55-38 our score here as we come out of the break. Tusculum outscoring LMU 10-5 here in the early going. And a whistle to stop play immediately as Chase Mounts will be whistled for a foul. Pioneers are off to a much better shooting start here in this second half as well. Let's point that out. Tusculum is shooting 5 of 7 from the field. Corey Fagan has a lot to do with that. Perry will give it back. Now get it back. Reverse, no, but Mounts, who take an elbow to the face, looks around to say, well, you didn't see that? Mounts, though, commits the foul. Chase with his second consecutive foul, team's third. LMU started cold. They were just 2 of 8 from the field. Connor Mitchell is going to come in for Mounts. Make sure that Mounts' chin is in the right location. It is still located directly under his nose, so that's good news. Perry at the stripe, no good on the first. Connor Mitchell will come in for Mounts, continues to check. Perry's second is good. I think the officials missed that. They continue to assure Mike Jones that they got it. We'll get it. From the top, it's going to be Fagan on the right wing after the made free throw. It's 56-38. Fagan, red hot. Oh, he's still red hot. Put a heat check meter on that young man. It's 56-40. And Corey Fagan with 15, coming off a 23-point game against Queens. LMU basketball, they lead it by 16. Right side, Taylor switches off. Zach Hartle takes it. Gets into the lane, may have traveled, did turn it over. Fagan forces the steal. Here's Patterson with it into the front court. Patterson, Hartle for three. No, it's short. You don't see that very often from Zach, but from three over the last 3 games, it's just not been automatic like he was about 2 weeks ago. Pinson outside to Shaw. Extra pass to Taylor in the corner for three is good. Rattles around and falls. Pioneers miss a three. LMU makes a three. 59-40. Patterson will drive into the lane and draw the foul. It'll go against the Rail Splitters, and Patterson will go back to the free throw line. This foul will go on Choice. That'll be his third. Team's second. Baylark will get set to come back in. Boy, it's been a rough 2017 for Ronnie. He's just battled some knee issues. Patterson makes the first free throw. Has not been the scorer that he was for this Pioneer basketball team, especially early in the year. Baylark, who didn't play against Queens, against Mars Hill, may have seen the floor for about 5 minutes. That's exactly what they put down there. It's what it seemed like, too. Patterson misses the second. Spa is in for the Rail Splitters with Paul Woodson. Spa has it. He'll take a three, and he'll miss the three. And that's an oddity. And the rebound will go out of bounds off of Woodson, who just couldn't secure the rebound. Pioneers trail 59-41. Baylark also did not play against Belmont Abbey or Carson Newman upon his return, nor really Newberry. Actually, sorry. Played against Newberry and played well. But that's been about it. Patterson, step back long range 2-pointers just off the mark. Mitchell battling for the rebound, commits the foul. Connor Mitchell picks up the foul, his first, team's fourth. But it has not been there for Patterson, just 1 of 6, make that 1 of 7. Some of the games for Patterson over the last few: 6 of 13 against Queens, 5 of 10 against Mars Hill. Against Newberry, Patterson was 4 for 9 from the field. Kind of give you an idea as to where his game has been. He's shooting 46% from the field. 3-pointer by Taylor is good. LMU has righted the ship after their deficit was cut to 16. It's now 62-41. Ronnie Baylark on the left wing, bouncing it to Fagan. Fagan, double teamed. Oh boy, he got away from it. Are they going to count the bucket? Yes, count it 1. Corey Fagan just hung in there, and Taylor's going to commit his third. Team's third against LMU as well. Just continued to move. Corey Fagan, he was in the left block, and all of a sudden he found some daylight, and he elevated and just easily put it in off the glass. So Fagan to the stripe. Cannot hit the three-point play. Misses at the free throw line. LMU nearly turns it over. Shaw keeps it in play. Woodson has it to Spall for 3. That one hit the rim twice and comes down to Zach Davis. Davis controls it for the Pioneers, who trail by 19. Davis on the left wing will drive, look into the paint to Mitchell and throw it away. Turnover by the Pioneers. Pinson will force tempo into the front court around Davis. Spa, extra touch pass into the corner to Taylor, who's lighting it up here from 3. 65-43 LMU. So fundamentally sound. Fagan with an Ole move. Gives it up to Mitchell in the lane. Puts it in. 65-45 LMU. Fagan's doing a little bit of everything in this one. 7 of 10 from the field. He's got a couple of rebounds, 3 assists, and 17 points. Leads all scores. Taylor's coming on, though. He's 6 of 10 from the field, now 4 of 6 from 3. Cornelius Taylor averages 9.6 a game. Pinson in the paint. Reverse layup is good. Points in the paint, killing the Pioneers. 67-45 LMU by 22. Fagan with the touch. Left side is Ronnie Baylark. Baylark with the lob backdoor to Fagan. He'll draw the foul. And that will take us to a timeout as well. We'll take the break. Pinson picks up his second. Back in 1 minute to Pioneer Arena. 11:50 left in the game. It's LMU 67, Tusculum 45. Pioneer basketball continues on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College Sports on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Pioneer basketball with the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten.
Corey Fagan has the lone three-pointer for the Pioneers. They have been outscored from the three-point line 30-3 from the three-point line alone. He's done that elsewhere, but he misses another free throw. That's uncharacteristic for Corey to miss a free throw, but he misses here. 7 of 10 from the field, now 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Fagan 1 of 4 from 3. Patterson's 0 for 5. Everybody else is 0 for. Second one is good, 67-46. Tusculum 8 of 12 shooting here in the second half. A lot of it because Corey Fagan has gone in the paint. LMU's warmed up. They're 6 of 14. LMU's 3 for 8 from 3 in the second half. Tusculum is 0 for 3. Trevon Shaw has it in the paint. He'll lay it up, miss it. Connor Mitchell with the rebound for the Pioneers. This will be Fagan. He'll be fouled by Pinson, and that'll be his third. So Taylor has 3. Pinson has 3. Choice has 3. Woodson is in the game for Choice. Spa is on the floor. Fagan's getting a breather. Hodnett is checked in for the Pioneers. Patterson lobs it to Mitchell. Just one three-pointer made in the game is bizarre. Now, 5 years ago for Mike Jones, that would have been the norm. That has not been the norm over the last 2 seasons for the Pioneers from the perimeter. And Cornelius Taylor is going to be whistled for his 4th personal foul. They are without Deshaun Patterson tonight. They are without Emmanuel Terry tonight. Deshaun Patterson, a 5'9" freshman out of Lenore, North Carolina. And he is special, too. He is lights out quick. 11 minutes to play, 67-46. Baylark with the touch. See if he can get going offensively. He'll try a 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Pinson. 1 of 15 from 3. 3 ball by LMU is good. Laquan Choice back on the floor, right back in, and he shoots and makes a 3. 70-46, largest lead for the Rail Splitters. Patterson on the left wing. LMU has either taken Tusculum completely out of everything that they do, or it's just one of those nights. Baylark runs into traffic. Personal foul will go on Hunter Spall. That'll be his third in his limited time on the floor. That's team foul number 7, so we'll be shooting the 1-and-1. It'll be Baylark to go to the free throw line. He's 0 for 3 from the field. He has a rebound. And he's at the stripe shooting at the front end, where he makes the first. 15 points a game, 12th in the league. He shoots 87%, which is second in the league at the free throw line. He's 47% from 3, which is second in the league. But all of these numbers, all of these percentages, everything that says Tusculum can shoot from three-point territory, somebody's going to look at the scores right now and say, man, they can't shoot. They can. It's just been one of those games. Baylark made them both. Trevon Shaw will drive baseline. To the top, this will be Pinson. Woodson mishandled it, goes through the legs of Zach Davis, and Connor Mitchell picks it up. And Connor Mitchell will bounce it into the hands of Patterson. 11 points in the game for him, 9 of them from the free throw line. Here's Baylark, and they'll run just a little bit of this circle offense, motion offense, and we can't finish. Another missed shot and a whistle for a foul to stop play. It'll go on Hodnett. Hodnett will pick up his first. Mike Jones leaning over. I don't think he's puking, but I would be puking right now. If I were a coach, I would. I feel like I'm a coach. I feel like I could puke right now, but I'm not going to, because that would just be nasty. All these people, we got this brand new nice table here, and that would be just gross and disgusting. It's been one of those games. Actually, Kendall Patterson tried to make me just puke right now. He threw his mouthpiece at me. So, he's frustrated. 70-48 LMU. Trevon Shaw with it on the baseline. On to Chris Perry, working against Chase Mounts. In the lane, a fadeaway is no good, but there is Dorian Pinson to clear up a rebound. Laquan Choice down the lane. Chris Perry, scoop shot is good. 72-48 Rail Splitters. Across the stripe into the front court, this is going to be Blevins. Trey Blevins is checked in. Zach Davis has it on the baseline. Mounts gives it up to Baylark. Baylark, quick first step. He'll go against Pinson, put it up off the glass and put it in. And a timeout taken by LMU. We shall take it as well. Step aside, back after this. 8:53 to play in the basketball game. It's LMU 72 and Tusculum 50. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
72-50 LMU. Elsewhere, our opponent this Saturday, Catawba, trails at Newberry 84-76. It's Wingate leading unbeaten Queens 62-56 with about 3 minutes to play there. If you follow the league, that's not shocking because Wingate has been playing good basketball here of late. Bad news for us next Saturday as we go there. Perry in the paint. And he'll score on the right block. Josh Schertz wanted a foul against Zach Davis. Did not get it. 74-50 LMU. Blevins to Zach Davis. Davis gets the basketball back, lost it for a second. Blevins on the left wing. Tusculum 1 of 15 from 3. And they've had some open looks. This one not open. Mounts missing. Rebound taken away by Pinson. Tusculum 16 of 39, 41% shooting. LMU's 29 of 54. Pinson will be fouled, which should take us back to a timeout. That'll be on Chase Mounts. Mounts will pick up his third, team sixth. Timeout on the floor. We go to break. 7:55 to play in the basketball game. It's LMU 74. It's Tusculum 50. Pioneer basketball continues after this from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Banking made easy. Welcome back to the Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
We've corrected who the last foul was on. It's on Trey Blevins. LMU still leads, though, 74-50, and Dorian Pinson is still going to the free throw line, where he hits the first of the 1-and-1. 73% free throw shooter. In the season with 4 consecutive double-digit scoring performances, 17 points and a career-high 10 assists, 6 rebounds in the Final Four win against Augustine, I think it was. Could be wrong. Either way, he makes 2 more free throws here. Pinson, who had a 22-point game against Carson Newman, equaling his career best. Pinson comes up with the steal. He'll look to drive and go to the floor hard. And he went hard to the floor as he was tripped up going up. The personal foul goes against Ronnie Baylark, who's going to pick up his second. Pinson, who stays down on the floor as well. Check him out. Everybody checking him out. Coming up this Saturday, the Pioneers will head on the road as we will travel to Salisbury, North Carolina, and we'll take on the Catawba Indians. Coverage will begin at 1:45. The women tip off at 2, the men to follow. Then we'll return home next Wednesday and welcome Brevard, and then travel to Wingate to wrap up the month of January. Meanwhile, for LMU, they travel to Coker this Saturday, home to Carson Newman next Wednesday, and then go to Hickory at Lenore Ryan the following Saturday to wrap up the month of January. Return visit for the Pioneers to Lincoln Memorial is pretty soon. It's February 8th. That'll be a Wednesday night game. Pioneers have a busy week that week. They'll play Lenore Ryan at home on the 4th of February, then go to Georgia Tech on Tuesday night before traveling to LMU on Wednesday night. So back-to-back games for the Pioneers. Exhibition game against Georgia Tech, by the way. So Trevon Shaw is at the free throw line. Dorian Pinson had to exit. Shaw rattles in the first. Trevon, the Brevard transfer, 60% free throw shooter. As a sophomore at Brevard, averaged just under 16 points a game. He poured in 34 points in a win against the Pioneers his sophomore year. Then transferred to Lincoln Memorial, sat out last year, was a member of the all-freshman team at Brevard. And he made both free throws. Gives LMU a 78-50 lead. Tusculum 50 points, right now 35 points below their season average. Patterson's back on the floor with Vincent Brown. He'll try a long-range two-pointer. That one's no good. And the rebound comes down to LMU. A lot of one and done in this basketball game. Choice, Taylor for his fifth three. That's no good. Rebounded by Caleb Hodnett. Tusculum basketball. Patterson forces tempo into the front court. Patterson goes right at Choice, just puts his head down right into his chest, and Choice will pick up his fourth, I believe. So Patterson will go to the free throw line for the Pioneers, where he's just 1 of 7 from the field, but the story is he has 0 assists tonight. Kendall has recorded an assist in every game of his Pioneer career. His free throw is good. Kendall's averaging 17.6 points a game in his last 8, and during his last 5 has been shooting 29 of 56, 52% from the field, and 18 of 33 from 3 for 55%. But those numbers are not with us tonight. And then he misses a free throw, and then Paul Woodson is whistled for a foul as Brandon Danso beats him to the spot, and Brandon will go to the free throw line. LMU has not played near the players that Tusculum has. They just kind of have a small group. Right now they lead Tusculum 78-51 with Danso to the stripe to shoot a 1-and-1. He makes the first. Danso comes in 52% from the charity stripe. Limited action, obviously, this season. Made them both. 7:10 to play. 78-53 LMU. Showing why? Again, one of the best teams in the league and the country. Perry bouncing it off to Woodson. Shaw, left wing three, left open, missing. But there's Woodson to grab the rebound. Gives it up to Taylor, gets away from Patterson. Taylor just threw it out of bounds, turns it over. 8th turnover for LMU. Long pass up ahead for Danso from Patterson, trying to make something happen. Brown on the left wing will make something happen around Spall and finish at the rim. Vincent Brown. Spall will hand it off to Trevon Shaw. Right side to Taylor. To the top is Perry. Baseline, Spall for 3 is good. 5 made three-pointers for Hunter Spall. 17 in the game. Spall had a 22-point game Monday last week against Queens. Patterson, jumper is no good. Rebound Trevon Shaw, spins away from Patterson. Takes it into the front court, stops on a dime to Perry. Perry in the corner to Spall to Taylor. Behind the back dribble on Hodnett, put it off the glass and banks it in. 83-55 LMU, blowing away the Pioneers. Patterson across the stripe for Tusculum. 12 points tonight, 10 of them at the free throw line. Zach Davis tried to split a double team, turns it over. Spall with it. On the right wing, Trevon Shaw. In the paint is Perry. Spending on Danso, draws the foul. Will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. It'll go on Danso. That'll be his first. Against 2 of the top teams in the league, Pioneers Saturday had Queens on the ropes, just did not have a good start to the second half at all. They were shooting around 20%, missing shots. Queens was making enough. And the run to start the second half proved to be enough. Tusculum fell by 4, 83-79 in that game. As Perry makes the second. Fagan is in for Zach Davis. LMU has been in control. We had 4 lead changes through the first 3 minutes or so. Patterson had his jersey grabbed. And a personal foul is on Hunter Spall, which is his 4th. 2-shot bonus for the Pioneers the rest of the way. Laquan Choice is going to come in for him. Again, it's just been an 8-man rotation. Patterson misses the free throw, slams the ball to the ground in frustration. Pinson and Choice each return. Woodson and Spall will exit. rough game for Patterson. This kid usually does everything. Makes the second free throw. 84-56. On the baseline right side, front court, Trevon Shaw skips it. Choice. Extra pass to a wide-open Taylor for three. That's no good, and Vincent Brown with the rebound. Brown up ahead to Patterson. Patterson has Hodnett. Trailer is Danso. The layup is no good. And then a battle for the rebound is going to be a jump ball. And the arrow is going to favor Lincoln Memorial. Patterson still without that coveted assist. 44 games. He's averaging 4.5 assists per game, which is 5th best in school history. He's just not there right now for this young man who has just played at such an incredible level right now. Choice fires a three. It's no good. The rebound to Chris Perry of LMU. Perry picks up the dribble, and this is Trevon Shaw. Pinson down the lane. Little scoop shot is good and one. So good after the contact is Pinson. And that'll be on Danso, his second. Pinson will go back to the free throw line. Had a 22-point game on 8 of 13 against Tusculum last year on this floor. It was February 10th, right? I believe so, yes. Equaling his career best game. Pinson makes the three-point play, or misses the three-point play. It's 86-56 LMU. Fagan on the left wing. Shaw stays right in front of him. Fade away, tough shot is good for Corey Fagan. It has not mattered for Corey tonight. He had back-to-back 20-point games for him. Fagan with 20, 8 of 11 from the field. Just one three-pointer. He has the only three-pointer made for the Pioneers in the game. Tusculum 1 for 15 from three. Vincent Brown in the corner. He'll go baseline and had his stuff rejected, but apparently drew a foul. Perry was just waiting for him to come. Cornelius Taylor picks up his 5th. He'll foul out of the game. So who does Josh Schertz go to? Hunter Spall. Has not gone too far into that bench. Javier Gonzalez, Devin Hankins, Cameron Calhoun have all seen the floor this year for LMU. Brown making the first. Vincent, 7 points a game in his last 3. Really hasn't played much until then. Had a 10-point game against Queens. He made them both. LMU into the front court. They lead it 86-60. We go under 4 minutes to play in the game. Pinson slings it out to Shaw, who will drive into the lane, and Brandon Danso will commit the foul. And Danso will commit his 3rd, which will lead us to a break. And our final timeout of the game. Back right after this with your score. 3:45 left to play. It's LMU 86, Tusculum 60. Pioneer basketball continues from Pioneer Arena after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Before you can apply for the loan. Complete details available from Greenville Light and Power, 636-6200. This is Tusculum College Sports on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Pioneer basketball with the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
Trevon Shaw at the free throw line for LMU, missing on the first opportunity. Trey Blevins is going to come in for Patterson with 3:45 left. Pioneers, who have shot 41% for the game, 1 of 15 from 3, 23 of 31 at the free throw line. Second free throw good by Shaw. LMU has hit 14 more field goals than the Pioneers and 12 more three-pointers than the Pioneers. And they're out-rebounding Tusculum 37-23, an 11-3 edge in offensive rebounding. And if Patterson's night is done, his streak of an assist in every game as a Pioneer will come to an end. Hartle missing the runner, rebounded by Laquan Choice. Choice will take it into the front court. Mishandled the dribble. Trey Blevins staying right with him. Outside, Pinson tries a three. That's good. Dorian Pinson, 36% from three-point territory, drains it. It's a 30-point LMU lead. 3 minutes to play in the game, 90-60. Trey Blevins will go baseline, somehow stays in play, finds Brandon Danso, and we just can't hit. Cannot shoot the ball, and another rebound taken by LMU. And shots have been open tonight, too. Choice fakes the three, drives in. Perry missing in close, and the rebound taken by Danso. You know, Chris Perry he doesn't complain. Brown for a two. It's no good. Fagan there to tip it, and it rims out. Just can't get it to go. Fagan was up above the rim and tried that little tip in. It just wouldn't fall down. Pinson inside outside to Shaw, who then penetrates, puts up a shot, no good. Danso with the rebound to Vincent Brown. 2:10 left. Pioneers trail by 30. Brown, and will draw the foul on Hunter Spall, and Hunter may have fouled out of the game. He has. So Hunter Spall, man alive, what a game he had, though. 6 of 10 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3, 17 points for him. Last Monday, finished with 22 in the loss in overtime to Queens. LMU will now empty the bench and bring in a bunch of new guys onto the floor, as has been the case for much of the year. Miles Smith is in. Rondi Hackett will also come in. Javier Gonzalez. Kamaran Calhoun has checked into the game. And Devin Hankins. All the guys I had mentioned earlier. Now on the floor for the Rail Splitters. Vincent Brown makes the free throw. Brown off the bench tonight, 4 points. He made them both. 5 points. Hankins, the fourth-year junior out of Huntsville, Alabama, takes it across the midcourt stripe. Will hand it off to Miles Smith. Gonzalez on the right wing. Into the hands of Smith. Miles Smith rejected by Danso. Vincent Brown into the front court. They take it coast to coast, and the finger roll is good by Vincent Brown. 1:40 left. Devin Hankins with it. Right side is Gonzalez. Wide open in the corner for three is no good by Calhoun. The rebound, Diego pours onto the floor for Tusculum. He'll hand it off to Vincent Brown. Looks inside for Danso and throws it out of bounds. This is one of those games you may not even go back and watch. You just throw it away. So that is not us. Maybe you watch it to point out how many times it wasn't you. Gonzalez will fire a three. That's no good. Rebounded by Vincent Brown. 1:10 to play. Diego Poor takes it across the stripe. Keaton Dodson, Zach Hartle, Danso, Vincent Brown on the floor for the Pioneers. Poor goes on Hackett, missing. Danso to try to follow it and missed. But a whistle to stop play for a foul. It'll go against Javier Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the fourth-year junior out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, picking up his first. 17 appearances last year. Danso at the stripe is good. Second one is not, but then he was into the lane too fast. He shot it, and it was very marginal whether or not he got into the lane before the ball hit the rim or not. Either way, they wiped it off. 6% from three. 6%. 1 of 15 for the Pioneers. And they were not contested, all of them. Hackett's going to travel, turn it back over. And they weren't, some were contested threes, some were off the dribble. But many were just wide open. Set your feet, let it fly type threes. Dotson for three. Good. Well, they hit their second one. 30 seconds to play. Devin Hankins across the stripe for the Rail Splitters. Gonzalez, Rondi Hackett. Hackett into the hands of Calhoun. Hackett will try a three. This one is no good, and the rebound comes down to Vincent Brown. 90-68 LMU. 5 seconds left. Vincent Brown into the paint for Danso, and he throws it through his legs out of bounds. Pioneers turn it over. Neither team, with their bests on the floor, turn the ball over. That'll end the game. LMU will win the basketball game as they knock off the Tusculum Pioneers for the 19th consecutive time. Last time the Pioneers beat LMU, 2009 on this floor, 74-71. A very good LMU basketball team comes in here. They inch a little closer to the Queens Royals, who lose to Wingate today, 71-64 in Charlotte. LMU now just 2 games back, along with Newberry gets beaten tonight as well in overtime. Catawba knocks off Newberry 100-99, but Carson Newman scores 100, and they stay now 2 back of Queens in the race for first in the South Atlantic Conference. LMU comes in, flexes their proverbial muscle, and knocks off the Pioneers by a final score of 90-68. Stay tuned. Coming up next is your Pioneer postgame report. Thanks for listening to Pioneer Basketball. Again, your final, LMU 90, Tusculum 68, as you've listened to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network has been brought to you by
Tusculum falls to Lincoln Memorial by a final of 90-68. Just did not get it going here in this basketball game. And really LMU struggled somewhat there in that first half to get going But once they figured it out, Tusculum did not figure it out. And I guess that was kind of the biggest situation. Good three-point shooting team here tonight. Did not get a chance to put that on full display, and you'll understand what I mean by that. Tusculum came in third in the league in three-pointers made per game at almost 11, and they shot 40% from three, which was second in the league. LMU came in fifth in the league at 9 makes per game and 40%. They were the best three-point shooting team by percentage in the league coming into today. They were second in scoring at 94 points per contest. In the league, in conference games, they had averaged 99 points per game, and they had only allowed 75 points per contest. Tusculum came in averaging 85 points a game and allowing 85 points a game. It's a Pioneer basketball team, though, that comes up well shy of their season totals and everything tonight against one of the better defenses in the conference as they fall 90-68. LMU shoots 33 for 69. Had 69 shots. Had 13 more makes on the night than the Pioneers, and 12 more makes from the three-point line than the Pioneers. Tusculum had a plus 16 in free throw makes, though, in the game. LMU shoots 14 of 32 from three. They shoot 10 of 14 from the free throw line. That's 48%, 44%, 71% across the board. LMU shot just 38% in the second half. The final 2 minutes, though, they missed everything they put up. For Tusculum, 20 of 51 for the game, 39%, held under 40% shooting. Just haven't seen that in about the last 4 years. Tusculum did shoot 46% in the second half. They shot just 2 of 16 from three and were 26 of 34 at the free throw line. That's 39%, 13%, 77%. Out-rebounded tonight 40-31. Out-offensive boarded 11-5. Queens had 21 assists. 10 of them went to Dorian Pinson. 9 turnovers, 0 blocks, and 8 steals. 4 of them for Dorian Pinson. For the Pioneers, they get just 6 assists, none of them by Kendall Patterson. Kendall Patterson had 0 assists. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. 12 turnovers for the Pioneers, 2 blocks, and 2 steals in the basketball game. Queens, 6 players get double figures, led by Cornelius Taylor's 18. They share the basketball. Nobody is blowing the doors off and scoring this year like Jalen Steele, Gerald Simmons, and Laquan Choice did last year. It's just very balanced, and again, very balanced scoring tonight. 18 for Taylor, 17 for Hunter Spall off the bench with 5 three-pointers, 15 of those points from three-point territory. 15 points, 6 boards for Chris Perry. 15 points, 10 assists for Dorian Pinson with 8 rebounds, a near triple-double tonight for Dorian Pinson. Oh, by the way, he also had 4 steals. 11 points for Trevon Shaw with 7 rebounds. 12 points, 8 boards for Laquan Choice with 3 assists as well. And then 2 points for Paul Woodson off the bench for the LMU Rail Splitters. Corey Fagan had a brilliant night, his second consecutive 20-point night. He goes for 20 tonight on 8 of 12 shooting. He was 1 of 4 from three-point territory with 3 assists. 13 points for Kendall Patterson. He went just 1 of 8 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, 11 of 16 at the free throw line. He had 0 assists, 0 turnovers, 0 blocks, and 0 steals. A young man averaging nearly 5 assists per game and almost 3 steals per game. Goose eggs across that line. 10 points for Chase Mounts tonight, 5 of 9 from the field, just 1 rebound. 2 points and 6 rebounds for Zach Hartle. 3 points for Keaton Dotson. 4 points for Ronnie Baylark. 3 for Zach Davis. 8 points for Vincent Brown. 2 points for Connor Mitchell. And 3 points for Brandon Danso for their total of 68. LMU outscored the Pioneers 38-28 for points in the paint. LMU gets their 13th win, go to 13-4, 8-3 in the league. Pioneers drop their second consecutive home game, fall to 7-9 on the year, and 4-7 in league play. We'll check scores around the league when we return right after this. Again, your final, LMU 90, Tusculum 68. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Report, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
Back into the Pioneer postgame. Let's check scores around the league tonight. And the big upset tonight, Wingate knocks off Queens, ranked third in the country. They lose for the first time this year in 16 games. Saw this upset coming maybe, or at least Queens' first loss of the year. Saw it coming for some time as Wingate wins at 71-64. The Bulldogs might be one of the hottest teams in the league at 7-4 now in league play, now 10-7 overall. The other big one is Newberry. They lost an 8-point lead late in the contest, and they were forced into overtime where Catawba has knocked off Newberry at Eliezer Arena, Newberry, South Carolina, 100-99, as Catawba will go to 5-6 now in the league and 11-6 overall. Elsewhere, Mars Hill knocks off Brevard, 82-68. Brevard still looking for their very first league win. Mars Hill gets their second. LR defeats Coker 78-73, and it was Carson Newman defeating Anderson 100-77 at historic Holt Fieldhouse in Jefferson City tonight. So Queens goes to 10-1 in the league. That means LMU goes to 8-3. Carson Newman at 8-3. Newberry falls to 7-4. Wingate moves to 7-4 as LR falls to 6-5. Anderson will go to 5-6. The Pioneers will fall to 5-7 as Catawba goes to 5-6. The Pioneers now in the 9th position right now in the South Atlantic Conference standings. We'll be joined by Pioneer coach Mike Jones when we return right after this. Again, your final. Catawba, or I should say Lincoln Memorial 90, Tusculum 68. Pioneer basketball continues here on the Pioneer Sports Network. They won.
Homeownership is the
Report on the Pioneer Sports Network, your home for Tusculum College sports. Now, head coach Mike Jones with Brian Staten.
LMU knocks off the Pioneers here tonight from Pioneer Arena as they'll go two back of Queens in the South Atlantic Conference standings with Carson Newman. Joined by Pioneer coach Mike Jones, and boy, it's been nice weather outside. We talked so much about what LMU does, and you know what? They don't kill you with one guy. They got great balance, and they showed that a lot tonight. Even off the bench, they had a good score. But I'll even throw this game away because we didn't shoot. We did take some contested 3-pointers off the dribble 3-pointers. We did do that a little bit, but not 16 of them. We missed shots tonight.
We did, but a lot of that credit has to go to LMU.
Yep.
And I tell you what, LMU, they kill you by just being in the area defensively. You'll notice they're not gambling on passes. They're so solid and fundamental and disciplined on defense. They're in their spots, and they're so wide and big that there's not a lot of places to go, and so you feel like you're open, but you're not. And then when you drive, there's no real lanes, and they just do it by being big and athletic and disciplined. And so you got to give them a lot. They don't pressure the ball, like a lot of teams that we've seen.
Right.
They're not out there trapping you or anything like that. They're very solid and just very but, that's what they do. And we missed. I felt like, especially in the first half, we looked really intimidated. We had guys that were rushing to get the ball out of their hands on shots. just couldn't wait for it to leave their hand because they were afraid about LMU coming at us quick and hard, and they might block us or, steal it or whatever. So we rushed a lot of shots. I thought that led to a lot of our misses early, and then as the game started to get out of control a little bit, then we started to really press.
Right.
And even an attempted 16 threes is a low number for us.
Very low.
So I think a lot of that credit, like I said, goes to Lincoln Memorial. We're disappointed with our ability to be intimidating. I thought we were past that. We're halfway through the season. I think you saw the seniors especially. Kendall just didn't have it. God love him.
Yeah.
He's out here getting shots up right now.
Right.
A very different game for him. But when LMU and a team can run a 6'5" guy out there to guard you,
Yeah.
that's a different look than he gets. So he probably pressed a little bit. We took, and like I said, he ended up taking bad shots and things like that. But I thought Corey did some good things. Really tried to help get us going by being very aggressive. Got a lot of things going to the hole. I thought that was helpful. Chase got involved. Zach Davis got involved. But we just never looked like we were in rhythm.
I think what turned it around, they struggled early, but then they used that size, that strength to get into the lane. And at one point in time, I think they were outscoring us 28-4 in the paint, and that opened up the outside game for them.
No question. And we did a poor job of transition defense. We're getting back, and we're not communicating to our teammates about who's covering who, and we're leaving a guy wide open in the corner. And, when you've got guys, quality shooters as Spa and Choice and, and even Pinson and those guys, and you leave them wide open, they're going to make more than they're going to miss.
Right.
And we were probably fortunate that in the second half they didn't shoot as well. Well, and I don't even know what they ended up shooting in the second half.